Hello and welcome to the Becoming Your Highest Self podcast. I'm your host, Macy Renee, and we are going on a journey together, my friend. If you've been looking for a podcast geared towards your growth, self-awareness, navigating your brain's daily mind drama, and deep inner work to become your highest and best self, you are in the perfect place. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Becoming Your Highest Self podcast. I'm Macy Renee, and I'm so excited to have you back if you are a returning listener. And if you're brand new here, welcome. I hope that you love the content. And if at any point for any of you, something touches you from this podcast that has been a light bulb moment or has shifted something in your life, please do me a favor, reach out to me on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Let me know how it has impacted your life. Leave a review if you can. If you are an Apple Podcast listener, you can leave a review, and I appreciate that and love reading them. So, we are going to dive into today's topic, and that is writing your 5-year vision statement. I realized today in talking to one of my own clients that I've not recorded an episode, I don't believe, about writing a 5-year vision statement. I have talked about goal setting, but I haven't actually stressed what a 5-year vision statement is, what it looks like, what it feels like, the emotion that you should feel whenever you're writing it, and just how impactful making that decision is for your life. So we're going to dive right in. What is a 5-year vision statement or a vision statement in general? So specifically speaking, I'm going to do a 5-year example. But a 5-year vision statement is when you write a letter to yourself as if you're living the day in the life 5 years from now. So today, for example, is Monday, August 16th, 2021. If I, as your coach, was telling you to write a 5-year vision statement, the date on that 5-year vision statement would be August 16th, 2026. And what you would be doing is writing a letter that is describing what your day looks like, feels like, smells like, what you're experiencing, as if you are there right now, as if it is your life right now. Now, that might sound a little cuckoo or a little crazy if you have trouble dreaming or getting yourself out of your current reality, but it's a very powerful tool for creating your future. The reason being is that we cannot hit a target that we're not able to see, nor a target we're not even aiming for. And one of the things that I find is the hardest thing for my clients is allowing themselves to imagine and dream up the life they desire. Something always gets in the way, and it's typically the thoughts that they have about how it would be hard, or it's impossible, or I just don't see how it would happen. It's like the how gets in the way. And because their brain tries to protect them and comes up with the how would I do it? How is that possible? I'm so far from that. That's never going to happen. Because that is what their brain does, they never even attempt to write their 5-year vision statement. And when you're not writing it, it means that it's not even in the forefront of your mind. You're not allowing yourself to have it way before you would be able to create it. And in order to create it, you have to know what you're creating. So to give you an example, when I write a 5-year vision statement, I try to be as detailed as possible. Every detail matters. Every detail counts. The more specific that you can be on your vision statement, think of it as the strength of the electromagnetic connection that pulls in the very things that you're wanting. So it's kind of like the difference between saying, I want concert tickets, or I want Beach Boys concert tickets, or Beyonce concert tickets, or you think of your favorite artist, whoever that is, okay? Britney Spears concert tickets, or I don't know, Smash Mouth, whatever. Okay, so I'm a 90s kid, if you can't tell. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love the 90s, everything 90s so much, Salt and Pepper. Anyways, I digress. But it's the difference between ending up with like free fare tickets because you said I want concert tickets, or ending up with front row VIP seats to your favorite artist. The more specific that you will be, the better the opportunity to call it in. There's something magical that happens with God, universe, whoever you believe in, that pulls in the visions that you have for your life when you know exactly what it is you want and you're willing to go all in on experiencing it and allowing your mind and body to have it before you physically have it. I have done this in my life multiple times with multiple things. I've told you the story about the Lexus experience that was much like this. It was written in a vision statement. I happened to call it in within a 6-month period. When I really set my mind to it, I called it in within a 6-month period, everything that I had imagined and dreamed of. So the more specific you are, a lot of times the faster it all transpires in your favor to happen. So I want to give you examples of what this would look like. And I'm going to use me as an example, myself, because I am a huge dreamer. So this is not super challenging for me. I know it can be very challenging for people who maybe you've had the same job forever, or you're in a rocky place with your partner, or you maybe want more kids, but you're at an age where you're like, well, I don't even know how it would be possible, or we've had fertility issues, or maybe you want to quit drinking or quit smoking, or you want to be able to afford lavish vacations with your family. Maybe you want to be able to pay for things for your extended family to be able to spend more time with them. Maybe you want to, go to another country or experience a yacht or whatever. None of your desires are ever too big. I want to repeat that. None of your desires are ever too big. If it's on your heart, it's 1000% possible for you to achieve it. It's a matter of, do you allow yourself to really have it? One of my favorite quotes from childhood, again, being a 90s kid, my favorite Halloween Disney Channel movie is Halloween Town. I love Hocus Pocus, but as far as like Disney played, on, I don't even remember. It was like whenever they were still drawing the Mickey Mouse ears with a magic wand. My 90s people will understand. But Halloween Town is one of my favorite movies still to this day. I probably watch it 30 times every single year. And I love when Grandma Aggie says, all you have to do is want something and let yourself have it. That quote just means so much to me even as an adult. All you have to do is want something and let yourself have it. And a lot of times what we don't do as adults is let ourselves have it. Let ourselves experience the feeling of having it and achieving it and creating it. So what this would look like for me, one of my biggest dreams, if you followed me for a while or you follow me on social media, one of my biggest dreams is to build my dream home from the ground up. And I don't mean just like any kind of home from the ground up. I'm talking like it's pretty lavish in my mind, okay? It's about 6,500 square feet in my brain. There are 5 bedrooms. There are white marble or quartz countertops with beautiful gray veining. There is an oven hood. There is a water pot filler at the stove. It's gas. There are huge windows for a lot of natural light. where I could open the windows and I can hear the birds and smell the fresh air, smell the grass. My home is going to be built on anywhere between 5 and 15 acres. The older that I get, the more I prefer that to be like a minimum of 10 to maybe even 20 acres. So I might be changing my vision statement a little bit. I want coffered ceilings. I love, what is it called? Gosh, I can't even think of it. Like all the little details in a home that maybe some people don't notice. I want hardwood floors, no carpet anywhere. I want it decorated to a T. My dream is to be able to afford walking into an Arhaus furniture store, pointing to every single thing that I desire and having it shipped and delivered into the house. Like I dream very big, and this has been a dream of mine. Gosh, if I am being completely honest with you, I can remember being probably 6 or 7 years old. Now, at the time, what I would do when my Oma and Opa, which are my great-grandparents, they've now passed, but what they would do is they'd pull in the mail, and there would be a bunch of junk mail, and it'd be like Smith's Furniture ads, Value City Furniture ads, and like Sears ads of appliances. And a lot of times my Oma would go to throw it away. And I would be like, no, 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 don't throw it away, at 6 or 7 years old. And I would grab a piece of plain paper or whatever she had available, a glue stick and scissors, and I would cut out the refrigerator that I wanted from the Sears ad, and I would cut out the couch that I wanted from, Smith's Furniture, and I would cut out the bedroom suit I wanted from Value City Furniture, and I would glue all of this onto a board. And essentially what I was doing was making a dream board as a kid and not even realizing it. And me and my middle sister would do this for fun. And whenever I became older and I got into my first, relationship, my first and only relationship marketing company, when they talked about dream boards and vision boards, it was like Christmas for me. I love doing that. If you want to see me jump up and down with joy, ask me to make a dream board. Like invite me over for wine or tea and let's make a dream board. We'll be BFFs 1000% immediately. But outside of that, one thing that you can do, and I highly encourage you also to get on Pinterest or get on Google and find specific things that match your vision. It can be a specific lake house that you love on Zillow. Snapshot it. Save those photos. Save the address. Print out the pictures that have exactly what you're wanting. Print out paint colors that maybe you love. Even if it's going to change in a few years, that's okay. Print out every little detail of things that you love. Put it on a dream board. But in talking about the 5-year vision statement, you're writing this as if you're experiencing this day 5 years from now. So what that would look like for me is, it's August 16th, 2026. I just pulled into my long driveway lined with trees on both sides. I pulled into the circular part of my driveway and parked the car in front of the beautiful fountain. I walked into the double doors of my house and was greeted by the beautiful chandelier in the foyer. I walked into the kitchen where my husband and kids were making cookies together in the beautiful white cabinet kitchen with marble countertops, gray veining. It smelled like fresh baked cookies. They had the windows open and I could hear the birds and feel the fresh 68-degree weather. I'm wishing and hoping because this is in August, right? So I'm kind of reaching far, but anyways, it would look like that. It's me expressing, what do I see 5 years from now on this day? What do I hear? What do I smell? What am I experiencing? What is around me? And I'm being very specific. Now for you, this could be completely different. You might be like, I just pulled up to the dock and I'm greeting my family on a yacht that we've rented for 5 hours in Postiano, Italy, or Capri, whatever. So that's something that you get to decide, and it can be anything you want. But the important thing is let yourself go there and be specific. If you want to travel somewhere, what is your dream resort? What's the dream hotel? What is the address? What is the suite called that you want to be able to have? Where is it located? What do you see in front of you? Do you have a sunset view, a beach view? Do you have an infinity pool? Are your family members there? Is it just you and your significant other? If you're single right now, what do you see 5 years from now? Maybe you're walking down the aisle to your partner and you describe everything and everyone you see around you, the sights, the smells, the experience. What are they serving at the dinner? What do you want to experience for maybe the wedding you haven't had yet? What do you want to experience with your partner? Whether you're in a great relationship right now or your relationship is maybe rocky right now. How do you want to feel with your partner? What do you want to experience? Maybe in your 5-year vision statement, you're saying things like, I sat down on the couch next to my partner and we had a deep, meaningful conversation where we both listened to each other and shared our dreams with each other. And I went upstairs and kissed my kids goodnight. Maybe you don't even have kids, but you hope to. Maybe you're having infertility struggles right now, or maybe you're in a challenging spot where you have maybe one kid, but you're trying for 2 or 3 or whatever. And you really want to experience this 5 years from now. What is it? So allow your mind to go there. Allow yourself to have it before you have it. And I will tell you guys, when people do this, I've witnessed it over and over and over again in the last 7-8 years. Okay. I learned this back in my relationship marketing company back in 2014, whenever I started. I will tell you, I know a lot of people who have done this, and it doesn't even take 5 years for them to call in the life that they have dreamed of and what they have written down on paper. They will find their paper 2 years, 3 years after they wrote it and realize they're standing in the house they had in their vision statement. They're experiencing the vacation that they planned in their vision statement. Whatever it was that they saw in their vision statement, they're living today. And it is down to the bone chilling, okay? It's so powerful. I remember when I did this with my Lexus, and I just remember thinking like, oh my gosh. And here's the crazy thing. I had a hard time feeling excited when I achieved it because it felt so real for me way before I had it, that by the time I actually achieved it, it was like, of course this happened. I have believed that this day was coming for every day for 6 months. And the thing about it is, write it and just peek at it often. You don't have to look at it every single day. You don't have to read it every single day. You just need to set the intention in motion, set the energy in motion. It's a very powerful energy. Intention is super powerful, and it's something we should never take for granted. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. Okay, and they say the same thing with intention. Where intention goes, energy flows. So what you're focusing on becomes your reality. And that's why managing our mind is so important. If you're focused on all the bad things that are going to happen in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, you're likely going to be setting the energy in motion to create the very thing that really you don't even want. So if 5 years are going to pass, no matter what, you can't stop time. You can't slow it down. Your kids are going to be 5 years older. You're going to be 5 years older. Your husband or wife, partner is going to be 5 years older. Okay? there's going to be a lot that happens over the course of the next 5 years. So if you have the opportunity to create it and for it to be whatever you want, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you take the time to write yourself a statement 5 years from today, as if you're experiencing that day today, right? Write down everything that you are wanting to experience as if it's happened. Okay, so my vision statement again would say something like, I just pulled into my long tree-lined driveway, pulled into the circle next to the fountain. I walked into the double doors. I greeted my husband and kids who were making cookies. It smelled up the house and smelled like warm, cozy, yumminess with the windows open. I had girlfriends over and we had a glass of wine and laughed and talked about everything we've created over the last 5 years. I have a successful coaching business helping thousands of women. My podcast has over 100,000 downloads. Those are the things that I want you to do, like speak life into the things that you really desire, even if that is light years different from the example that I just gave you. Light years different. It could be the relationship you desire to have with maybe an estranged parent right now. Maybe you have a horrible relationship with your, sister or sister-in-law or brother-in-law or aunt or uncle, and you wish that it could be different. What is the harm in writing how you desire your life to be? And I know that there are people that are going to be like, but it's not possible. I can't change them. It's never going to work. It's never going to be good. And I will tell you, through the power of coaching, through the power of you doing your own inner work, never say anything is impossible. I've seen way too many, what you could say, quote unquote, miracles from just doing this work. The 5-year vision statement, the inner work, the healing, the coaching, self-coaching, the mindset work, everything in your life can be different 5 years from now. And again, if the time is going to pass regardless, why wouldn't you want to create what you desire rather than wonder what's going to happen over the next 5 years? You can be intentional and create it. So why wouldn't you do that? All right. I hope that this episode was useful. At first, it was going to be a completely different topic. And then this set on my heart after talking to a client about this today. And I thought, I don't think I've ever talked about this. It's so important. It's something that I even need to do. And P.S., like sometimes I will get on Zillow and I will find acreage that I love or a home that I absolutely love. And even if that's not the home that I'm going to end up in, if that home, that address, that piece of property makes me feel a type of way, I write down the address and I include it in my vision statement. Okay? And I always trust that it's what I desire or something better. It's what I put in my vision statement or something better. I'm always trusting that it's this, aka what I want, or something better. Okay? So be intentional, let yourself dream, and if you're having mind drama about all of the reasons why you can't have it, all the reasons you're not going to be able to create it, all the self-sabotaging stories, that is a beautiful time to set up a consult and hire a life coach. I'm just saying, because you will either support yourself to getting your dream or you will sabotage yourself from getting your dream. So you get to decide, okay? I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will talk to you guys again next week. Bye.